Trump's hate rally from yesterday is really causing a lot of backlash, and I am here for it. Trump's Puerto Rico fallout is spreading like wildfire in Pennsylvania.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
We're the garbage can for the world. We're a garbage can. We're like a garbage can, and they dump their criminals, their people with tremendous mental problems from insane asylums, from mental institutions. They're drug dealers. They're gang members.
Donald Trump has a serious Puerto Rico problem in Pennsylvania. Many Puerto Rican voters in the state are furious about racist and demeaning comments delivered at a Trump rally. Some say their dismay is giving Kamala Harris a new opening to win over the state's Latino voters, particularly nearly 500,000 Pennsylvanians of Puerto Rican descent. Evidence of the backlash was immediate on Monday. A nonpartisan Puerto Rican group drafted a letter urging its members to oppose Trump on Election Day. Other Puerto Rican voters were lighting up WhatsApp chats with reaction to the vulgar display and raising it in the morning conversations at their bodegas. Some are planning to protest Trump's rally Tuesday in Allentown, a major Latino city with one of the largest Puerto Rican populations in the state. And the arena Trump is speaking at is located in the middle of the city's Puerto Rican neighborhood. It's spreading like wildfire through the community, said Norberto Dominguez, a precinct captain with the local Democratic Party in Allentown, who noted his own family is half Republican and half Democratic voters. It's not the smartest thing to do to insult people, a large group of voters here in a swing state, and then go to their home asking for their votes. The timing couldn't be worse for Trump. Almost a week before Election Day, he's pushing to cut into Harris's margins among Latinos, especially young men who are worried about the economy. But the comments from pro-Trump comedian Tony Hinchcliffe Sunday night, referring to Puerto Rico as a floating island of garbage, has reverberated throughout Pennsylvania and elsewhere, prompting even former president's Republican allies to defend the island and denounce the comments. And with the race essentially a toss-up, every vote counts, especially in Pennsylvania.
It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right, okay, we're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup. It's absolutely wild to see, and in Texas, stuff is really, really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible. Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that.
This was just like a gift from the gods, said Victor Martinez, an Allentown resident who owns the Spanish language radio station La Mega, noting that some Puerto Rican voters in the area have been on the fence about voting at all. If we weren't engaged before, we're all paying attention now, Martinez said. He added the morning radio show he hosts was chock full of callers Monday, sounding off on the Trump rally comments, including a Puerto Rican Trump supporter who is now telling people not to vote for the former president. In response to questions on the comments and whether Trump was planning to publicly denounce them, Trump campaign press secretary Caroline Leavitt said in a statement, due to President Trump's plans to cut taxes and inflation and stop the surge of illegal immigrants at the southern border, he has more support from the Hispanic American community than any Republican in recent history. Local Democrats like Dominguez argue the fallout at the very least reminds Puerto Rican voters of Trump's previous comments about the island, calling it dirty, tossing paper towels to survivors during a 2017 visit after Hurricane Maria devastated the island and unalive more than 2,000 people. And in a sign of how worried local residents are, a school district in Allentown announced Monday morning that it had canceled class for Tuesday when Trump visits. The Trump campaign has tried to distance itself from the comedian's comments about Puerto Ricans and Latinos. Danielle Alvarez, senior advisor to the Trump campaign, said Sunday evening that the joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. How did he get up on that stage then? Another Trump advisor said the speaker's remarks were not vetted prior to the rally. Key Republican lawmakers in Florida, New York, and other states with large Puerto Rican population quickly denounced the comments, saying it didn't reflect GOP values. Yes, it does. Your values are that of racism and sexism. That's all the GOP is. But other Trump allies and his running mate, J.D. Vance, have downplayed the rhetoric as just jokes. During a rally in Wisconsin on Monday, Vance said he had not heard the joke and that maybe it's a stupid racist joke or maybe it's not. But Harris saying people should get offended by a comedian's jokes is not the message of a winning campaign. Our country was built by frontiersmen who conquered the wilderness. We're not going to restore the greatness of American civilization if we get offended at every little thing. Let's have a sense of humor and let's have a little fun. Donald Trump Jr. and other MAGA Republicans have shared social media posts with a similar message, but at least one local Republican is denouncing the remarks. The comments made by this so-called comedian at Madison Square Garden weren't funny. They were offensive and wrong, said State Representative Ryan McKenzie told Politico. The Republican is locked in a close race against Democratic Representative Susan Wild, who represents Allentown and a key part of a swingy Lehigh Valley. McKenzie said he was looking forward to the Trump visit. And some Pennsylvania GOP strategists, even as they tried to downplay the electoral fallout, acknowledged it was an unforced error at the very least. And I'm here for it. We're going to keep talking about this. I'm going to keep pressing on this. Jimmy Zumba, a Latino GOP strategist based in Lehigh Valley, called them stupid comments that were clearly not based on the immigration and crime themes that Republicans have tried to hammer this cycle. Obviously, I would love to be talking about that, to be on the offense on that, but right now we're on the defense trying to defend comments that are not from the campaign or President Trump, even though President Trump invited this person to speak at his hate rally, adding that he didn't believe the matter is going to shift completely a Latino vote. But many local Puerto Rican community members are unwilling to let go of the comments. Robert L. Lugo, president of the Pennsylvania chapter of the National Puerto Rican Agenda, said the nonpartisan group will be releasing a letter shared exclusively with Politico condemning the comments and urging Pennsylvania Puerto Ricans not to vote for Trump. Lugo, who was born in Puerto Rico and now lives in Philadelphia, said Pennsylvania Puerto Ricans are really disturbed over the comments. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm independent, Lugo said. But at this point, it's not about political partisan issues. It is about the respect and honor our Puerto Ricans and Latinos deserved as citizens and legal residents of this country. That's the issue. We held Trump and his campaign responsible for this disgraceful act, he added. State Representative Danilo Burgos, co-chair of the Latinos Con Harris group in Pennsylvania, said residents have spread the comments on social media and within Philadelphia's Puerto Rican community. I saw two ladies in particular saying they were considering voting for Trump, but now they're not because of the comments, and I'm here for it. He also said that Puerto Rican megastar Bad Bunny's endorsement of Harris could be a game changer in Pennsylvania, arguing that a third-party candidate in Puerto Rico's governor's election surged from double-digit deficit because the superstar got involved. Bad Bunny has not endorsed a candidate in that race, but has paid for billboards opposing Jennifer Gonzalez Colon's new Progressive Party. Also, I will note here that Ricky Martin and J-Lo and Geraldo are also pushing against Trump and endorsing Kamala Harris. Well, I don't know if Geraldo is outright saying vote for Kamala Harris, but I know he did condemn Trump's rhetoric in his hate rally yesterday. Back to the article, she was running away with that election. Now that election is in a statistical tie. Notably, Don Trump Jr., Trump's son, made a stop in Allentown on Monday ahead of a planned event in Copley, Pennsylvania, a Lehigh Valley borough outside of Allentown. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro on Monday also noted Trump made the choice not to distance himself from the comments. If Donald Trump really wanted to disassociate himself with that, the first thing he would have said when he came out on the stage at Madison Square Garden was, hey, listen, I heard that person's attempt at humor. It was not funny. I stand with the Puerto Rican community, Shapiro told a local talk news radio station in Northeast Pennsylvania. He didn't do that because he agrees. He let that man up on that stage for a reason. Republicans have been eager to peel away Puerto Rican and Latino voters from Democrats in Pennsylvania and other swing states. Trump actually made gains among voters in North Philadelphia's Puerto Rican dominated neighborhoods in 2020. Harris sought to shore up her support in the neighborhood during Sunday's visit to Freddy's and Tony's, a local Puerto Rican restaurant, where she was speaking about her plans for the island around the same time that the Trump hate rally featured that comedian. All right, y'all, I'm going to end it there. Y'all let me know what you think these unforced errors, like literally, what, 8 or 9 days? Is it 8 days? 8 days before the election. And I'm here for it. I hope that this really helps burn this election to the ground for Trump. For Trump. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and share. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? These freedom-loving people out here burning ballots. All right, it says early ballots are burned in Washington and Oregon. Hundreds of ballots damaged in fires that police believe are linked, and vehicle involved has reportedly been identified. Hundreds of early ballots cast for U.S. presidential election have been burned in two suspected attacks in Washington and Oregon, exacerbating tensions ahead of next Tuesday's knife edge contest. Police said Monday that the fires in the two states were believed to be connected and that a vehicle involved has been identified, according to the AP. Firefighters went to the scene after smoke was reported coming from a ballot drop box in the city of Vancouver in Washington state around 6:30 a.m. on Monday. KATU, a local television channel, reported capturing footage of responders releasing a pile of burning ballots to the ground. The ballots continued to smolder after flames had been doused. Hundreds of ballots were believed to have been inside when smoke was reported billowing from the box, which had last been emptied at 8 a.m. on Sunday. KATU reported that only a few of the ballots deposited there after that had been saved. The election auditor for Clark County, the local authority administering the boxes, said voters who cast their ballots into it after 11 a.m. could seek new voting documents at a link on the county's election webpage. There is absolutely zero place in our democracy for political violence or interference against our fellow citizens, election workers, or voting infrastructure. Our right to vote needs to be protected under all circumstances. We can't yield to intimidation. We must continue to stand up against unpatriotic acts such as this one, said local Congresswoman Maria Glusenkamp Perez. She requested law enforcement officers be in place overnight at all ballot drop boxes in the county until Election Day, saying Southwest Washington cannot risk a single vote being lost to arson and political violence. The fire was reported after a similar incident in nearby Portland, in Oregon, where police say an incendiary device was set off inside a ballot drop box close to a building hosting the Multnomah County Elections Division. Security staff extinguished the fire before police arrived. The device was deactivated and removed by the local bomb squad. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security warned of ballot drop box destruction in a September memo obtained by Property of the People, a public records watchdog group. The agency said in an intelligence brief that election infrastructure will be seen as an attractive target for some domestic violent extremists, with drop boxes as a soft target because they are more accessible. Social media posters and forums frequented by extremists have shared ideas for attacked drop boxes, the agency said, including road flares, fireworks, petroleum fuel, linseed oil, and white phosphorus, cement or expanding foam, bleach or other chemicals, and farm machinery. Other methods could include putting up fake signs to claim a drop box is out of order, putting up decoy drop boxes, or putting timed explosive into drop boxes. They have also discussed ways to avoid law enforcement detection. Damaged ballot drop boxes could temporarily decrease voting opportunities and accessibility and intimidate voters from casting votes if safety concerns arise in the vicinity of a targeted or damaged ballot drop box, the DHS wrote in an intelligence brief. Successful ballot drop box destruction could inspire others with related grievances to conduct similar actions. The incidents came days after a U.S. Postal Service mailbox containing a small number of ballots was set on fire in Phoenix, Arizona last Thursday. Police arrested a 35-year-old man who they say admitted to the crime while he was in custody. They also said he had told them his actions had not been politically motivated and he had committed the offense with the purpose of getting himself arrested. The Guardian has reported that far right election denial groups supporting Donald Trump have been monitoring election drop boxes as part of their activity in the run up to next week's poll, when officials are bracing themselves for a disruption and challenges to the vote tallies. This is where we are. All of these extremists, this is wild, but this is the political climate that they have fostered. They. All right, y'all, join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.